Facebook and YouTube. We're on 4 platforms. Okay, so we're now just, today's the 3rd, the giveaway is 14th, so 11 days. And we'll be giving away lots of bikes, toys, helmets. Good morning to everybody. Yesterday, we got, the comptroller called me and said the bikes are ready to pick up today. So our crew is going to go over there about 3:30 or 4 this afternoon and pick up the other 100 bikes that we bought from Academy on Cherry Lane. And they ended up giving us, this is the bigger bikes, the 24-inch, and they ended up giving us a Cyber Monday special. So instead of $99.99, they were $79.99. A lot of people say, well, that's not much, $20 saving. When you're buying 100 of them, it's $2,000. So we have now purchased from Academy on Cherry Lane 700 bikes. We've got our count right now on bikes is 775, 850. Fire department and Cops for Kids 109.50. We got word from Paul Black, the president of the International Aerospace and Machinists Union out at Lockheed. They have over 50 now, and they're still working on it. So there's 4 unions out there that contribute to our deal, so we count them. Let me see, 775, 850, 950, 1050, and we still have other groups. We're at 1,050 bikes. We have now in possession 1,100 helmets. What we need is toys. We need a couple of thousand toys, and we don't have very much time to do it in. Mattel's outlet store at 501 Meacham is open Tuesday through Saturday. Their toys are 50% off. Mattel makes a real good toy too. So you can shop there. You can go to Ollie's. The one I know about is out there across the highway from Westside Cafe. They have stuff 40, 50, 60, 70% off. Five and Below, Big Lots, Walmart, Target, Amazon. There's all kind of places you can, Dollar General, all of those dollar stores. You can go out to Five and Below and take a $100 bill plus the tax and buy 20 soccer balls or 20 footballs or 20 basketballs. That always works. So I need your help. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. You can be part of something special, or you can sit on the sideline and not help. We have too many people that sit on the sideline. On this group alone, Memories, we've got 131,200 and something active members. Everybody can do something. $5, $10, I don't care. Because there's 230,000 families in Tarrant County below poverty level. What does that mean? That means they can't buy a bike. They're just trying to keep the utilities on, or a place to live. The kids don't get to pick and choose their families, their parents. And I'm not trying to put down any parents. There's things that happen, situations that have come up. COVID has still got people out of work because they figured out that they didn't all need to be at the office. Maybe they could work from home, or maybe they didn't need that many employees. The economy is horrible. Things are way too expensive, so people are just trying to keep food on the table. So this is the 38th year that I've given away bikes, and this is the biggest one. Up until this year, I've given away 18,430 bikes in 37 years. So we're going to go over 1,000. So next year's giveaway will put me over 20,000 bikes. I never had a bike when I was a kid. I asked for one and suffered the consequences. Okay, so help us out. I need your help. I'm asking you, will you help us? One of the other major topics that we're talking about this week is on Saturday at 9 a.m. I'll be doing a sit-down interview with Rusty Arnold, who is the brother to Rachel, one of the 3 missing girls from Seminary South, December 23rd, 1974. This is the 50th anniversary. There's somebody's bound to know something, or these families could sure use closure. You know what? And I also need to. I told his admin that I would share this to their group. I joined it yesterday. Missing Fort Worth Trio. So I'm going to see if that worked. Bear with me. That didn't work. Your groups. See all. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I've got so many groups here. I don't see that. Fort Worth Photos, Wide Open Wednesday. Well, I don't see it. But I shared it. There it is. No, apparently that didn't work. Tried to share it, but that did not work. Yeah, it did. Here I am. Okay, so this is the group Missing Fort Worth Trio. That's Rusty Arnold's group, Facebook group, and wow, it did work. So we're good to go. So next this Saturday at 9 a.m. I'll be streaming the event on several channels. There's Deborah right there. She is the admin on Missing Fort Worth Trio. So when we sit down with Rusty on Saturday at 9 a.m., it's going to be a 2-hour interview. You'll be able to, the people in his group will be able to see it. Also, our members, you can join that group. It's really a neat looking group. I looked at it yesterday. It's called Missing Fort Worth Trio. Now, it's also a private group like ours because a few years ago, Mark Zuckerberg made all of our groups that if you wanted to have any control over who becomes a member, you had to take the group private. Because if it's still a public group, anybody can join. All kinds of people can join. Like our group, Memories, we're at 131,230, I believe, this morning, active members. But every day I get 150 people try to join. I get people try to join from Bangkok, the Philippines. Well, my question is, why are they trying to join a localized group, Fort Worth? So anyway, and Deborah is the admin on that group, and so I thank them for allowing us to interview Rusty. This is a mystery that is way overdue to be some kind of resolution. And so what I'm hoping is, I've already alerted the friends of ours that are in with the police department. I'm hoping that people will look at the comments. Maybe there's something that somebody knows. I really, like I was telling Deborah last night, those girls were teenagers. One of them was below, she was 9. And I grew up in that era, and we had girls that lived out there by us in Smithfield that was as tough as the boys. So they had to have known, or it had to have been an authority figure, because you wouldn't have just grabbed, there's the link. You couldn't have grabbed 3 teenage girls back then. They would have, one or two of them would have gotten away. So we need to try to put this thing to where the whole point is, it's the 50th anniversary, December 23rd, 1974. Good morning, Ginger. That link in front of you is the link to join the group Missing Fort Worth Trio. It's a good group, so you can always log into that. You have to join, and then Deborah will approve you. So yeah, it's the 50th anniversary, and I tell you, I've had all kinds of people send me messages, or can you ask this, ask that. I'm going to kind of basically introduce Rusty and let him give us. Okay, Brittany. Brittany's going to join, and she's in New Jersey. Deborah, we have in our group members in every state in the United States and 141 countries. So our group is worldwide. For our toy and bike and helmet giveaway, we get donations from Canada, Israel, Japan, Germany. So they stay connected with Fort Worth through Fort Worth Memories. But back to talking about the interview with Rusty. I'm also going to reach out to Meade Jurgensen. Y'all know every time Dateline does a story about anybody down here, they call on me to find the vehicles or the people or whatever. So I'm going to see if I can put a bug in their ear about doing a 50th anniversary deal. I'd love to have them. I'm hooked up to MSNBC to where we can share it straight to Meade. So anyway, but I'm just going to kind of basically let Rusty tell his deal. He's lived in horror or uncertainty for 50 years come this December 23rd. And that's something that nobody should have to go through. So I don't think there's ever been a clue. That letter is, I think, the only thing. And something else, yesterday or the day before when we were talking about it, there was a lot of serial killers roaming the area during the 70s. In fact, Ted Bundy was running around too, I believe. We'll have to check the timelines. But, there's a lot of unsolved stuff that we don't really think about. In the 80s, all of those girls up around TCU, there's 5 or 6 of them, and I don't think they've ever solved any of those. So, and the way it stands, people ask me, is it a cold case? I don't think, talking to Deborah last night, it's just listed as missing person. So I don't think anybody's actively working it. Of course, the police are probably saying 50 years. I've been told by people that interact with the cold case person, I've been told there's only one person in that department that works cold cases. So maybe with this exposure, we'll ignite somebody to come forward. You know, Carla Walker was solved after 40-something years. Maybe the same will happen. I know the family sure would like to have closure. Okay, so like I say, our bike count, either in hand or bikes that are coming. I reached Paul Black is the president of the International Aerospace and Machinists Union out at Lockheed. Their bike count is over 50. Cops for Kids gives us 50 every year. Fort Worth Fire Department gives us 50. We've got 3 other unions out there that are bringing bikes. So I've got a domino count with what we've got in hand, and we're picking up 100 today from Academy on Cherry Lane, is 1,100 bikes. We've got 1,100 helmets. We got more than 1,100 helmets. What I need y'all to buy is toys. We need a couple of thousand. The giveaway is December 14th. That's 2 Saturdays from now. At Farrington Field. The gates will open about 6:30 a.m. We should be done by 10 or 10:30. The line will start on Friday evening. It always does. People wait 14 or 15 hours to get a bicycle and some toys and what have you. Hold on. Okay, our Cleburne group. Brittany, where do they stand? I wrote it down yesterday and I've already forgot it. No, I got it. No, I don't. Where do they stand? Deborah is saying the link to join Missing Fort Worth Trio, answer the admin questions, and she'll 9 bikes and 40 toys. Okay, so we're not going to ask her for any more bikes. We're going to ask her for, how many questions are there? Two questions going back to the 1800s. Okay, let's do this for let's do this, give her a break, do it for 1 bike. So this is going to put her at 10 bikes and 40 toys. She's already brought us a ton of stuff. 10 bikes and 40 toys. Because she doesn't have much time left. Okay. K.M. Van Zant came to Fort Worth. Okay, K.M. Van Zant came to Fort Worth. He's also known as the father of our banking system. On December 5th of 1868, he didn't start the first bank. The first bank was Tidball and Wilson, which became the Fort Worth National Bank. But Wilson didn't think it was a profitable deal. He wanted out, and K.M. Van Zant bought his part. I think what you're trying to ask is, did he buy a city block? Yeah. Okay, downtown where the old courthouse is, in 1868, K.M. Van Zant, he had gone to up north and bought a bunch of stuff to sell in a general store, and he was also a lawyer. So in about a year and a half, he had accumulated enough money to buy the block that is bounded by Houston, Main, 3rd, and 4th. That's an entire city block right downtown. And he paid $300 for it. It's probably worth $300 million today. Her second question is, when did the first piano come here? December 24th of 1853, a doctor and his wife and family, and his name was M.L. Woods. They came to town with about 10 ox-drawn wagons, and one of them contained a piano that his wife and children played. And they set up their home. The 2nd Dragoons, the U.S. Army had pulled out in 1853 in February, and all those barracks were empty. And so really anybody that laid claim to them could count them as their own. The reason why the U.S. Army never paid for that property, they just settled there when in 1849 when Major Ripley Arnold and the 2nd Dragoons, Company F, came to town, and they established a fort, but there was no stockade fence, and they immediately started cutting trees, and they built this fort. It had several different buildings, outbuildings, barracks, stables, officers' quarters, mess hall. So Dr. M.L. Woods set up his practice and his home in one of the larger barracks, and that's where they set the first piano here, and that was in December 24th of 1853, just in time for Christmas. So does that answer the Cleburne? How do I know all of this? I've answered that many times. Okay, so she now owes us 1 bike and 40 toys. And I guess she's on the feed. We need it by the 10th. So you'll need to get your runner. And we got to pick up 100 bikes today from Academy this afternoon. But man, I need our maintenance guys to clean out the museum. You can't even move in here now. So anyway, we experimented with the missing Fort Worth Trio. So when we do our live sit-down interview with Rusty Arnold on Saturday morning from 9 to 11, their group can watch it also. Q&A, that's going to be up to Rusty if he wants to answer any questions. The monitor will be in front of him, and he can answer if he wants. There's not going to be, hold on. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're rocking and rolling here. We started a little bit early. What's going on? Anything?
Yeah, so a couple things. So from just the score yesterday, I forgot to tell you, we had a perfect guess.
We did?
Yeah, let me get the name. Hang on.
I don't even know when they play again. I guess they play Sunday.
Yeah, J.A. guessed perfectly.
What was the name?
J.A., just the initials J.A.
Oh, just the initials J.A. What was the score? I forgot.
27-20.
Cool. When do they play again? Sunday? Oh, no, they play Monday night. They play Monday night. I remember now. They play Monday night. I looked it up. Did you get that new sponsor added? Grateful for your trees?
Yeah, I did. Over here on the list, Dickie Carr.
Dickie Carr. Good. What else was I going to ask you? So anyway, I experimented my interview that's going to be Saturday with Rusty Arnold, one of the brothers to the three missing Seminary South girls, which is 50 years this December 23rd. So I joined their group. It's called Missing Fort Worth Trio. And so we experimented, myself and Deborah Bruce, who is the admin. I think she's on the group right now on the feed. So we're now on that group. We're going to interview, or I'm going to share the live feed with that interview with that group.
Cool.
So you might join that group. She's the admin. Okay, so I'm going to reel off our sponsors here. It always takes me a minute. I'm not that computer smart. We're going to start at the other end. Casey Kral, Kral Insurance. They're our Medicare folks, and there's lots of stuff changing with the Medicare deal, so you need to get them to tell you what needs to be done. Okay. Let me see where I'm at here. Winstead Paint and Body, Clay Winstead. They're on Roberts Cutoff and White Settlement. Techstar Pools. They build you a pool, remodel your pool, fix your pool, the outside if you need rock work done or anything. Schwartz and Hanson Architects. Rex's Bar and Grill. It should be opening real soon. Rex has had to jump through all kinds of hoops with the zoning and planning people. He also owns Old South Pancake House. Rains Plumbing. If you need a plumber, these folks do a great job. A family-owned business, local business. Railhead Barbecue. Charlie Guerin. He's a sponsor on our group and also gives generously to the bike giveaway, Larry's Kids. Passport giveaways. If you're planning a trip, a cruise, or whatever, let those folks do the legwork for you. The Optimist Club of Fort Worth. They're on the front side of Farrington Field, on the university side. They should be bringing us a tree here fairly soon. They always donate a tree to the museum. There's Old South Pancake House. That's another Rex Benson owned company. There's one in Burleson, but it closes at like 10. The one on University is open 24/7. K Ranch Roofing, Jorge and Bree. If you think you got damage to your roof, call them. Don't get a ladder and try to get up there and fix it. State Farm Insurance. Jenny Stewart is our sponsor. She does a good job. It's a large office. Hart Painting. That's David Hart. They anything you need painted, they can fix it. Cross Electric, another family-owned local business. If you need an electrician, call Cross Electric. Now you can get these lists of our sponsors on FortWorthMemories.com or YouTube at Fort Worth Memories and pull up all of the business cards. Fort Worth Lumber, Emily, they are always group sponsors and bike giveaway sponsors. Fort Worth High Tech Signs, Jeff Jones. If you need a sign built, he's got a graphics art person on hand. Eric at Express Dent. Dick Regester started that company 20 or 30 years ago. Eric is the operating partner. If you got hail damage, door dings, whatever, that's the place to take it. Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel. Pat and Richard Carr, huge donation for Larry's Kids, sponsors on the group, and they help a lot of folks. And here's Richard Carr's nephew, Dickie Carr. He's got Grateful for Your Trees. Anything, there's a list. Landscaping, fence, all types of haul-offs. They do all of it. They firewood. They can pull a huge tree out or just trim your trees, whatever you need done. Steve Colburn, Colburn's Catering. If you need a party catered, that's the place to go. Burt Ladner Real Estate. Wes Williams is associated with that group. And last but not least, Dub Peacock and his company is A-Bird AC and Heating. Winter's coming, so if you think your unit needs to be checked, call Dub Peacock's company. Okay, I got to start boxing toys and rearranging stuff in here. Like I say, the big interview is Saturday, 9 a.m. Rusty Arnold, brother to one of the 3 missing girls. I've already emailed Meade Jorgensen with Dateline. I've worked with that company for years. Whenever they have some kind of stuff down here in Texas, we try to help them with it. Okay, Scott, you gonna take care? Well, wait a minute. I need to tell y'all the 2024 Christmas ornaments. You know, Scott makes these every year. This year is our subway car. And it comes in, there's a little hook, deal, so you can hang it from your tree. It comes in all of those colors. It's about 10 colors. They're $10 each. Message Scott Sumner. If you buy 2 or more, he knocks $1 off. Hell of a deal. Okay, you gonna shut down YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna go off of Facebook and Instagram. I will see y'all on